Alright, guys, welcome back to the Raw series, episode 29. I genuinely cannot believe that it's been almost a month of me recording myself every single day, even on the days where I had nothing to say or felt like shit. We're here every fucking day. Nothing's gonna stop me. Today's topic is deload. How do I say that? Today's topic is taking a deload week. If you don't know what that means, I'll explain in a second. Before I get into that, I hate the standard protocol today. Ate my calories. I actually didn't go to the gym. And I'll get into that in a little bit. And I had some inspiration from my friends. They're doing TikTok accounts and shit, so I think I have to switch over soon. Or start transferring videos over soon. And it was just a nice day. Just kind of relaxing and writing a lot. And thinking a lot about the channel and the potential that I have as an individual. Just random shit. But today's topic is deload weeks. So if you don't know what a deload week is, it's essentially when you go to the gym and you do half of what you usually would do. There's multiple ways to take a deload week. One, you can just take a week off the gym. Two, you can go to the gym and do half the weights that you usually would do. And three, you go to the gym and you do half the volume, say half the sets and half the reps. So there's a few reasons why people do this. So there's a few problems when you run into when you first start training or you've been training for a long time. Problem one, you're hitting plateaus. No one wants to hit plateaus. You want to make progression. You want to keep progressing and building your physique or building your strength. Number two, you have central nervous system fatigue, which ties into hitting plateaus. And number three, you're getting sick of your program. All right, so those are the three big things. Well, I personally deal with. So hitting plateaus, feeling mentally fatigued and physically fatigued, and also the program and the structure of it. So there's a few mistakes that people do when they train. They overtrain. They don't do the same program for long enough, like minimum 4 weeks, and they basically overexert the central nervous system, which I've done a lot. Like my ego is big and I want to keep going and I want to do some silly shit and I want to train hard, but it always ends up backfiring if you don't do it right. So if you follow those things, if you can drop the ego and take a week off the gym or do a deload week in a way where you do half the volume, half the sets and half the weights, then you're going to come back mostly recovered from your hard 4 weeks or hard 8 weeks of training. That's going to fix your central nervous system, get rid of some of that fatigue in there. If you have a very fatigued central nervous system, it basically limits your body to what it actually thinks it can do. I'm not probably the best at explaining it, but your stamina is low in your mental capacity to push bigger weights. So if you let that reset, recover, when you come back into the gym, you'll be able to go harder again. And your muscles are recovered as well to hopefully 100%. And then you can ease back into the program that you're already doing. Or you can, while in that time period, decide what small exercises you want to change. Probably wouldn't recommend changing the whole thing unless you have very, very specific goals. But the point is, take a deload week, train smart, and train forever for the rest of your life. That's the goal for me. Because I've had way too many moments in my life where I've become an absolute fucking physical beast. And then I'd just lose it all. Obviously, at some point in my life, I want balance and still just train every day and still have fun on the weekends or whatever it is. But take deload week, guys. weeks, deload weeks, and let your body reset, let your mind reset, and come back stronger. It's also just disheartening if you go to the gym all the time and you're not progressing. But don't get me wrong, if you are training and you've been training for a long time and you're still progressing every week, then you probably won't need a deload week. But then you gotta ask yourself, am I going way too light that I can progress every single week? Like, what is happening there? You're doing 15 sets of fucking around at the gym and you're wasting everyone else's time when they're going to the gym and try to get some fucking hard work in. So just think about that for a second. Are you doing sets of fuck around or are you doing sets of hard work? And that's it. Guys, I'm not a personal trainer. I know nothing about the gym, nutrition, mental health. I don't know anything. Like I said, I'm just a random dude ranting to a Logitech camera. So take it with a grain of rice, a grain of salt, sorry, and I'll see you in the next one.